Hello everyone, welcome to my studio channel vlog. In today's video, I would like to take you to my studio and walk you through a little bit. However, I have to warn you, I filmed this video yesterday at 2 a.m, so it may be a little bit darker. I had my lights on, but still, it's not like having natural daylight, right? It's always so hard to edit videos when I'm filming at night, which is almost every time. But except the studio tour, you will also see some of my projects I'm working on, some of the coloring pages, we will do some coloring, and I will show you from where I'm taking the color inspiration, and I will tell you a little bit about how to use the color palettes. Also, I will share my plans, but only a little bit because I will talk more about my plans in the upcoming vlog. I am brainstorming new ideas and I am putting everything together. So I think you have really something to looking forward to. Now let's go back in time to yesterday and enjoy the studio tour. This is my actual setup, and yeah, it's almost 2 a.m. Oh, but I can actually turn the light on. That's much better. I have a new light. It's like professional studio light. It also has a display on the back, which is awesome. And it shines so bright. Actually, this is on 19% of brightness, and it's really like if I turn the light off, look how bright it is. Finding a light with this yucca stand, yucca holder, it gave me an idea because I already have Elgato light, but I never thought about this installation. And this is actually homemade. I had to buy like all three parts. So there is this bottom part, and then I bought these two L-shaped things and I just put them together, and fortunately the Elgato lights, they have holes on every side, so even on top and bottom. Thanks to that, I can finally tilt my light and it finally doesn't shine straight into my face, which was the case in the last 4 years. Also, I usually had the light on the table, but the tripod takes so much place, so much area on the table that it was really uncomfortable again for the last 4 years. But thanks to this light, I can actually have my Elgato light on the tripod next to the table and have it next to me and a little bit turned away, so it softens the shadows and it doesn't shine into my face, which is so brilliant. I'm also using this diffuser because even if it's below 20%, it's still really heavy on my eyes. And also the diffuser makes the light softer and just nicer, I think. But of course, I also tried to have it tilted much more. I have this light the first day, so I'm trying various options, various positions. I will see if this will be suitable with a diffuser or if I figure out something else. Now this is the page I'm working on right now, and it's so absolutely something different than what I normally do. But I thought that I could finally do something not that difficult. All those complicated pages in Kirby's and Johanna's, they are great. I love doing them, but it's really exhausting, especially if I'm in a rush. So I thought that maybe I could also do something more easier. And this is the page from The Forest Song by R.J.Hampson. And I actually did the first attempt and it was total fail. So I was trying markers, alcohol markers, and I wanted to make I love these colors, but because it's so tiny areas and there is a lot of details and a lot of elements I have to color around, so it happened that I couldn't be fast enough and the blending was total fail. And I was using some cheap alcohol markers from Amazon. But then I thought, okay, maybe it's the markers. So I switched to Ohuhu markers. You can really see the difference. Look at it. Not in the color, but in blending and also how more precise I could be with them. And that's because they don't bleed, they don't spread on the page if you apply them, just like the cheaper ones. So I have much better control with Ohuhu, even if I'm using brush tip, and the result is much better, but still I decided that this is not the way. This is actually the first time I am glad that there is the second copy, because normally I am very unhappy about it. I think about it like wasting of paper and wasting of pages, and I would rather have 20 more unique pages than the same pictures. It's also because I just cannot color one page more times. It's really hard for me. This is really the first time I'm really happy for that. I'm using Ohuhu colored pencils. If I couldn't use Ohuhu markers, then I am using Ohuhu pencils. And those pencils are on the budget side, but they are very good. I really like them, and you know that I am very picky or strict with budget pencils. However, these are really good, and I'm using these three colors: Celadon, Azure Blue, and Rich Blue Green. But as you can see, also I was blending the pencils, the left side with Derwent Blender pen, which is basically like alcohol marker, like alcohol blender. And the right side was with Ohuhu marker, and it's the colorless blender. And the result was the same. However, I can still see those strokes, and I don't like that it's actually not even. Well, if you look from the distance, it looks very nice. But if you look really closer, then you can see it clearly. I wanted to use only Ohuhu pencils, but I decided that I will go with Prismacolors on top of it, and I will do another layer just to smoothen these strokes and also to add some dark color, some dark shades. If you look at the swatch, except the black, you don't have any really dark color. So I am using these three, and there is no darker color except the black. This may seem to be darker, and this one as well, but those have the same value as this color. They are not darker, they are the same. It's just different color. Also, this is where I'm taking my inspiration. This is a palette book. I have it actually from Temu, and I really like these two palettes. And as usually, these books will not tell you exact colors you have to use. You have some color palettes for inspiration, and then you have the selection of colors and some combinations of 2 colors, 3 colors, and 4 colors. I chose this one, but I will be also combining the red color into this one. What I did, it's actually quite simple. I chose this palette, and here you can see the numbers, and those numbers are actually these colors from the selection. I was using this color as the base, so I tried to match my three colors. And how these color palettes works, you always choose the colors you want to use. So for example, you pick this one, and this can be your lightest shade or middle shade, and then you choose the colors around. If this would be your lightest shade, then you can choose one or two more shades. If I would say this is my core color, then I would go one lighter and one darker. Or if you have this light color as your core color, then of course you can go lighter with even lighter than this if you have it, or you can use white. So if you have the color palette like this, you can use these four colors, but for each color you should imagine like the set of colors to create 3D effect, to add shadows and highlights. So it's never like having only this one shade of pink or this one shade of blue, but it's a set of colors. This is only like saying your core color. But of course, then you can see palettes like this when you can say that this is gradient, the red is gradient, right? So of course you can take these three colors and a set of green colors, and you will be fine. You will have those two colors, so you will be creating shadows for this middle. So in the end you will not have dark, medium and light colors for every of these squares, for every of these colors, but this will be a set. So for adding shadows, I chose Cobalt Turquoise from Prismacolors, and it goes on top of it very nicely. It's super smooth. I mean, the application is super smooth. Fortunately, I still have some tooth on the paper, and I am not doing any hard pressure. Now I took aquamarine, and this is like the second color, and I really love how they match with the Ohuhu colors. Like they are almost the same. And I mean in color. In application they are clearly different. Ohuhu pencils are a bit harder, more oily. Working with those Ohuhu pencils is not that comfortable like with Prismacolor. Now I would like to get some darker color, and I think I will go with indigo. And I will use indigo just for the shadows, if it will work on top. Not sure if I like it or not. It's not that bad. If you don't want to use black for your drawing or for your coloring, but you need to add some shadows, then you can use 90% of warm or cool gray, and it works almost the same like black, only I think it works better in some cases. Actually, I don't want to spend so much time on this page. I really want to make it more like a relaxation. Alright, so I will be continuing on the whole page, and the full coloring video will be up on my Patreon. But I would also like to show you my new shelf, and I am storing here all my coloring books. And yeah, it's pretty heavy, but this should hold up to 25 kilos. And yeah, I have a lot of coloring books. I also have some of these Chinese books from which I take the inspiration for my painting or for the coloring. And I also have here some books, and here. Oh, here are also some books, mainly by Jana Prosvirina or Christine Keron. And then here is my more than 1 meter long roll of watercolor paper. And here I have some space for things that are on my table, so whenever I will need to make a space for another project, I can store everything in here and just have my table clean. The same applies for this card. And I already have some Kirby's books, some other books, just what was on my table before. And yeah, here are those alcohol markers. So Ohuhu and oh yeah, this brand. I also have some artwork by Jana Prosvirina, and she was so kind and sent that to me some time ago together with her coloring book. And I also have my artworks, my paintings displayed here and here on top as well. And I love it. It's just so different if you are displaying your own artwork in your home, in your studio. I also have some here, and it's just something that makes your flat so cozy and just the place that is your own. For me, whenever I look at some of my paintings, it really inspires me to do even more art. In this shelf, I sorted some stuff today. Here in the last box are stored the alcohol markers. Oh, and here are also some coloring books because I wanted to use them for a video. Yes. And here is a page from Worlds of Wonder by Johanna Basford. And this is the page that I just did today. And it will be a coloring video on my channel next week. And I think this page is just so nice. I just love it. And actually, this was done as a tutorial on how to use Neocolor II. This is already on my channel. If you want, you can watch the video, but I was thinking that I will redo the page, or not redo, but that I will fix it. Well, yeah, this effect with Neocolors is nice, but it was done years ago, and now I see how I would do it differently, and I would like to keep this idea. I wanted to make it like a glass bowl, but it will look better when I have the illustration done and the background done, and then I can make it like a glass. And also I have so many ideas for Maria Trolle's coloring books, and especially for Moon Valley. And I just got an idea for this page. I will choose some color palette, probably something blue, green and purple for all those leaves. But then I'm gonna use oil pastels for this black background and this black background. And I plan to make a galaxy here. So it will be colorful and it will be just awesome. Well, hopefully. I would also like to share this new book that I got from Temu again. But I saw this one on AliExpress as well. And actually, this is full of inspiration. So I will just quickly flip through. Well, at the beginning, you have some tutorials, some quick tutorials. But then, this is actually like a picture book. Oh yeah, some coloring pages as well, but the paper isn't good. And I think that this is only like the line art that you can copy and then color using your own paper. But this is what I was talking about. Look at the artwork. Like, this is so insane how beautiful it is. Wow. And this can be used for all those Chinese coloring books. I love this double page. Like, wow, this is so inspiring. Like, wow, I love especially this one. And this one. But you can use it as reference for anything, and it doesn't have to be a character. This is so... oh, there is a cat. Wow. So this is only a picture book. There are no color references, there are no color palettes. So it's almost 3 a.m. I wanted to continue on this picture, but I will probably go to sleep because I'm waking up at 8 a.m. So there is not much time for me to sleep. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video and have a meow someday and see you soon. Bye bye!